Russia launched a high-speed ballistic missile into Ukraine's western Lviv region on Friday. Officials say the missile, part of the new Oreshnik system, was nuclear-capable but carried no warhead, signaling a psychological demonstration rather than an immediate kinetic strike. According to Moscow, the launch was in retaliation for an alleged attack on President Vladimir Putin's residence in Valdai, a claim Kyiv strongly denies. While the physical damage was limited, the implications of deploying a strategic-class missile near NATO territory have sent shockwaves across Europe and the West. Ukrainian authorities reported destruction, experts warn. The strike sends a chilling message. Monitoring data shows the projectile traveled at extreme velocity, Mach 10+, capable of reaching much of Europe within minutes. Analysts say that even without a warhead, this is a dangerous escalation, demonstrating Russia's willingness to flex its nuclear-capable arsenal.
Dear Ukrainians, men and women, restoration work is currently underway in our cities, our communities, in Kyiv and the region, in Dnipropetrovsk region, in Lviv region, in Kirovorad, Cherkasy, and Odessa regions. Repair crews are working almost constantly in Sumy region, Chernihiv region, and Kharkiv region. All available resources are being used to restore essential services. The Russians are taking advantage of the weather, the cold, and are trying to strike to hit as many of our energy facilities as possible. You can see how much they respect America and all diplomacy. Last night, there were more than 200 Russian drones and also a significant number of ballistic missiles, mostly targeting Kyiv. 4 people were killed. My condolences to their families. Nearly 30 people were injured. Before that, there were strikes on Dnipro, Kryvyi Rih, and Zaporizhia. Before that, it was Odessa.
The choice of Lviv, far from front lines but near NATO countries, underscores that the strike was as much about intimidation and psychological pressure as it was about military objectives. Ukrainian and Western officials are now scrutinizing Russia's strategic intentions and the message being sent to both Kyiv and the international community.
There are 2 positions in Romania and in Poland, and there are 24 anti-missiles deployed there. I think they're called Standard 3. In Romania, it's the 1B modification with a 300-kilometer range, and it can intercept missiles at 80 to 250 kilometers of altitude. In Poland, there is a newer modification. It can intercept as far as 1,000 kilometers and at the altitude of up to 500 kilometers, whereas Oreshnik is an intermediate range missile, and it's 1,000 up to 5,500 kilometers. That's the range of Oreshnik. Now, just imagine, our system is deployed 2,000 kilometers away. Even if the anti-missile is deployed in Poland, it's not going to be able to intercept. They say that the missile is very vulnerable at the launching stage, but they won't be able to intercept those missiles so far. Moreover, the launching sites are protected. Moreover, it takes time for the anti-missile to get to the missile, but it takes several seconds, and then it's too late to catch or to intercept it. So there is, before the separation, so there is no chance that the missile is going to be brought down by the anti-missiles.
The Oreshnik missile system, reported to have entered service in 2025, is a new intermediate-range ballistic missile capable of carrying conventional or nuclear warheads. With a range of up to 5,000 kilometers and speeds exceeding Mach 10, it can strike targets across Ukraine, much of Europe, and NATO bases within minutes. Beyond Ukraine, Oreshnik missiles have been deployed to Belarus, putting several European capitals within striking distance and escalating NATO concerns. Analysts warn that with the INF treaty no longer in force, the risk of a nuclear-capable escalation in Europe has grown significantly.
The main Russian tactic is to try to completely shut down the cities. It is important that every city administration understands this goal. the enemy's goal, and prepares for full resistance, for real work, for the sake of the citizens. We must not run away from problems, but solve them. All the more so when there are resources for this, as in Kyiv, the most financially secure city in Ukraine, and all necessary backup systems should be in place. Today, I held a special energy cabinet meeting. The military were present, as well as government officials and special services. We discussed the details of protecting energy facilities and the necessary decisions. Diplomats must be as active as possible, both through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and informal diplomacy. There was another Orsha attack, this time against Lviv region. Once again, it happened conspicuously close to the borders of the European Union. And from the perspective of the use of medium-range ballistic missiles, this poses the same challenge for Warsaw, Bucharest, Budapest, and many other capitals. Everyone should understand this equally and take it equally seriously. If the Russians aren't even trying to come up with a plausible reason for using such weapons, then no personal connections or rhetoric will shield you from it. There must be a system of joint action, a system of collective defense, a real effective one. Do we have such a system right now? That's a question without an answer, because everyone in Europe has the same doubt whether their capital will be defended if Putin suddenly gets something into his head. Today there was a detailed report from the military. The commander-in-chief, the chief of the general staff, including regarding work with partners these days on security guarantees. The documents have largely been finalized, but the essence of these documents, their strength, lies in ensuring confidence that the guarantees will actually work. This can only be truly evident if our defense is working right now as well. Timely delivery of air defense systems, timely supply of equipment for our resilience, for our energy sector, timely provision of finances for Ukraine, for our defense and our resilience. There are many details, and each of them must be worked through now so that we can be confident about tomorrow. I want to thank all our people who are involved in eliminating the consequences of the strikes. This is truly heroic work. In just a few hours, people accomplish what in other countries can sometimes take days or weeks. It is important that help is available everywhere and repairs are underway everywhere. We are making every effort to restore electricity and heating to people. I have instructed government officials to provide as much information as possible about what will be done and within what time frames. Thank you to everyone who is helping. Thank you to everyone who is supporting our people. Thank you to all the leaders who have not remained silent and who stand with us, with Ukraine. Glory to Ukraine.